In this lecture, I will go over the analytical writing section. There are only two types of questions on analytical writing section. One is to analyze an issue and another is to analyze an argument. In the analyze an issue question, we are asked to think critically about a topic of general interest and to clearly express our thoughts about it in writing. We will be given the issue beforehand and then we will be asked to write an essay about it. Each issue statement will make a claim that we can discuss from various angles and perspectives, and then we can apply it to different situations or conditions. The issue statement is followed by a set of specific instructions, and as I said before, do take a look at the instructions carefully. Here is an example. Some people believe that the most important qualities of an effective teacher are understanding and empathy. Others believe that it is more important for teachers to be rigorous and demanding in their expectations for students. Now this is critical. What we have to do is to state our position and then come up with reasonable arguments and examples to strengthen our position. Here are the instructions for the task. Write a response in which you discuss which view more closely aligns with your position and explain your reasoning for the positions you take. So you are free to take any position that you like. In developing and supporting your position, you should address both of the views presented. So you should have a mature, nuanced view of the situation. And then on this situation or issue, you can take any position and then use examples to strengthen them. In the analyze and argument section, the question is a bit different. Here, the task assesses our ability to understand, analyze and evaluate arguments and to clearly convey that evaluation in writing. Here you are presented with a brief passage and here the author makes a case. So we don't have to take sides, the side has been already taken. The author makes a case for some course of action or interpretation of events by presenting claims backed by reasons and evidence. So the reasons, evidence, examples are already given by the author. Our task is to discuss the logical soundness of the author's case, so we have to test and we have to analyze their argument according to the specific instructions by critically examining the line of reasoning and the use of evidence. Here is an example. Here we are shown a letter to the editor. The following appeared as a letter to the editor from the owner of a skate shop in Central Plaza. 2 years ago, the city council voted to prohibit skateboarding in Central Plaza. They claimed that the skateboard users were responsible for litter and vandalism that were keeping other visitors from coming to the plaza. In the past 2 years, however, there has been only a small increase in the number of visitors to Central Plaza, and litter and vandalism are still problematic. Skateboarding is permitted in Monroe Park, however, and there is no problem with litter or vandalism there. In order to restore Central Plaza to its former glory then, we recommend that the city lift its prohibition on skateboarding in the plaza. So you can see that the argument is already there, the position has already been taken. We have to analyze the logic and the soundness of their argument. And here are the instructions. Do take a close look at the instructions and make sure to read them carefully and then make sure that your essay reflects the questions asked in the instructions. The instruction says that we have to write a response in which you examine the stated and or unstated assumptions of the argument. Be sure to explain how the argument depends on these assumptions and what the implications are if the assumptions prove wrong or unwarranted. Regarding the score levels of the GRE, each essay will be assigned a particular score and then the score will be averaged across the two essays. The scores range from 0 to 6 in 0.5 point increments. If we get a score NS, that means the student did not write anything. That is the score NS. No score. Then we have score level 0. That means the responses did not address any of the assigned tasks and are merely attempts to copy the assignments They are sometimes in a foreign language or they are indecipherable. So the examiners cannot understand anything that is written here. Then we have scores 0.5 and 1. Here the essays show fundamental deficiencies in analytical writing. So the candidate is unable to write anything good in analytical writing. The writing is flawed in many different ways. It can be confusing, irrelevant, shows no development, or has many different errors. Moving up, we have scores 1.5 and 2. These are also essays which display serious weaknesses in analytical writing, and they show serious lack of analysis, lack of organization, and frequent problems in sentence structure or usage of the language. And they also have errors that don't convey the meaning properly. So these are of course very bad scores. Moving on, we have scores 2.5 and 3. These are slightly better. So the candidate here shows some competence in analytical writing, although the writing is still flawed. It may have limited analysis or development, it may have problems with its organization, maybe it has problems with sentence structure or usage of the language, and it may also have errors that can sometimes hide the proper meaning of what the candidate is trying to say. Scores 3.5 and 4 are going into the acceptable range because here the candidate does provide competent analysis of their ideas. They are developing and supporting their arguments with relevant reasons and examples. It is okay regarding organization and the clarity is reasonable. Now we come to the high scores. On scores 4.5 and 5, the candidate has produced generally thoughtful analysis of complex ideas. He has supported his points with logically sound reasons and well-chosen examples. The essay is generally focused and well organized, and the control of sentence structure and usage of language is good. And then we have the top scores, scores 5.5 and 6. Here the candidate has shown insightful, in-depth analysis of the complex ideas of the argument as well as the issues. He has developed and supported these points with logically compelling reasons and highly persuasive examples, not just suitable examples but highly cogent, persuasive examples. The essay is very well focused and very well organized. He has used sentence variety and good, precise vocabulary to convey the meaning effectively, and he has demonstrated superior facility with sentence structure and language usage. All in all, one of the perfect scores, scores 5.5 and 6. And our aim is to nail our GRE essays with a 6 score. So in the forthcoming lectures, I will show you different ways and tips and tricks and different strategies to make sure that you score in this category.